fantastic question asked by David Beavis on the Talking Riches forum with regards to, Gary, your software, what's the benefit of it? Well, that wasn't quite his words. His words were, I've got MS Publisher. What can yours do that mine can't? Well, the software that I've created, this is not the one I use. I'm just going to go through some desktop publishing. The purpose of it is it's fast. I made one. I just literally come off the Talking Riches conference today on Monday, and I did one live on the actual conference, and I did it in 2 minutes. Now let's have a look at what does it take to build a card from scratch, and just to see what the advantages is. So I'm using this product here. Let's just have a look. Start new publication. Right, so I need to find the size I want. Oh, there you go. Landscape A4, A3. That isn't what I want. I need A5. So I need to go in here and do a custom setup. There we go. So I need to find the card I want. Now I need to know that it's A6. Okay, there it is. I need to put it into landscape because that's how it is. So that's the shape of it. Right, there's the card. Done that. We're into 1 minute and 27. Now we can create something basic, and you can do it in Word. Let's be honest, you can do that. But we want to make something a little bit more that looks a little bit more pleasing to the eye. So let's have a look at this. Right. Okay. So the first thing is we want to make the background color. So here we go. Now on the one that I did, it was pink. So we go down here. So we're just putting a little square over it. We're up to almost 2 minutes now. So line, I need to get rid of the line. I want to make that transparent. So I need to click on that and know that that's transparent. Right, background. Let's look at that. Ooh, don't like that. Don't like that. Don't like that. Don't like that. Maybe a bit over that way. No, it's a bit. So you sort of have to play around with these sliders to come up with look back, perhaps up here might be a little bit better. Here we go. Right, that's quite dark, might not contrast very well. Okay, here we go. Right, okay. Okay, I like that colour, but to be honest, a bit boring really, isn't it? It's just a solid colour. So what I can do is I can go in here and I can find some of our little sort of gradient things. No, I don't like that. You sort of just play around with it until you get something you like. Bang. Yeah, that looks alright, doesn't it? That's sort of nice, sort of pleasant. It's just got some bits there. Okay, right, let's go and add some pictures. Okay, so we click on that and let's go and find our pictures. Right, let's pop the FM logo in. So yeah, open, there it is, and let's pop the logo in there. Oh, look, it's a white background. That looks really rubbish. Now I could just revert back to white and it would appear just to sit in there, but I'm not going to do that. Now I've got to go in and use a little tool that comes in here called it's called Cutout Studio, and there are various ways of doing this. Each software will come with something like this. It's slightly off screen, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start to cut that out. Right, how's that doing? Okay, so I just click a little button there. What are we left with? Click. Oh, that's rubbish. So now I've got to do undo. That didn't work at all, did it? Okay, let's go again. Now we're at 4 minutes and I haven't even completed the card yet. If you were using the software that I've created, this would actually be done. Now what I'm going to have to do is, because it's lost, just the way this works, it's lost a little bit of the software. I'm going to need to go down and get a smaller little brush size, and all I'm doing here is I'm just drawing in, there it is, to the letters sort of around here. That's it, got it. I'm going to need to tidy these up a little bit. Right, that's that one done. Okay, let's see if we can get the O done. That's good. Get the U. Just Good. That's finally worked. Nope. That's it. That's going to need a little bit of tidying up, but I come back and do that a second time. Right, that looks a little bit better, doesn't it? So what I do now is click OK. Right, now let's move that down. In fact, actually, that has worked out really well. So we position that where we want it to be. And because in the card that I built that the backdrop to has got two of these, one either side. So what I'll do is I've just done a copy of that. Let me just clear that out of the way. I'm going to place that one up over there. Now, what I need to do is make sure they're level. And again, you just do that with it, and then you go to the align. No, where is it? Arrange. Align. So we want to make sure that they match up on top. So that's that one. Okay, bang. That's done. Right, so they're now lined up perfectly. Right, next thing to do is to get some product pictures in as well. So in the example, I used that picture. Open. Once again, this product has got a white background, so it doesn't show through. That makes it look really cheap. It just looks like we've pitched it on. Let's have a look at the time. I make that 6 minutes in, and we still haven't finished the card. So back to the image cutout studio, and let's draw around that. That was quite successful. We did that very quickly. It grabbed the edges there. Okay. But remember, this software is not cheap. The software that I'm using could cost up to £100 to do this. So bearing in mind the software that I've created is free, there's not really comparison. What was the other picture I used? That one. Okay, open. Let's do that again. Let's draw that one in there. Okay, now what we're going to do again is go to the image cutout studio. Now just click on that. Let's see if that, oh, it's not cutting out as well. Let me just get a bigger brush in there to try and speed this up a bit. It won't be as yeah, that's perfect. That's good enough. Right, that's in there. So once again, now I'm going to try and make them look the same size so they look about right. Let's put them in place, and then what we want to do is make sure they line up perfectly. So I use that little tool in there. Now this is for years I've been using this kind of product, and it's the learning curve that I've used on this to actually produce this is considerable. Right, there we go. Now we've got the outline of the card. We're 7 minutes into building this card. Okay, next thing, we're going to go in and put the text in. So we need to create a text box. Okay, what I did earlier is during the conference room I kind of put together some wording, so let me just copy that across. That'll speed things up. I'm going to type it, cut that in there, paste. Right, need to make that into a font that I like. I like for cards because it's quite nice. Is this VGA rounded BT? Just seems to be nice. Center it up, then find a good size for it to fill the box. That's done. Right, still 8 minutes. Good. But bearing in mind, I'm having to do this. This is with the other one. I could have designed 4 different write-ups. Right. Okay, let's put that one in. Control C, Control V. Again, I want to change the font, so that's going to be VGA rounded. There it is. Okay, I'm going to center that by pressing on the centering one. Let's move that apart. Good. What are we doing? We're 9 minutes now. If I was rushing out to go somewhere, right, then we're going to make a box for the phone number. So that goes in there. Let's change the font now. So it starts off that way. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's not my number. Be good if it was. People would know it. Here we go. Put that in there. Great. Center. Okay. Right. Then put another box in for the message. Now, a lot of people, to be honest, I wouldn't put my email in there, but some people might like to. Just depends on how you like to deal with people. So I might just put, let's change the font so it looks okay. Font, visit our website. Again, we need to center that. like so. Here, in fact, I'm just looking at that. I reckon I should make that bigger because the most important thing on any advertising is how people get hold of you. So let's choose a larger size, 18 point. That's good. Space that out a little bit better. Make sure that's spaced. Okay, done. Right, and final box. Okay, and then we'll put our website in. So STY. .com. I'm going to change the font to match all the others, so it's got the uniform font in there that I'm using. VGA rounded. Central. Again, let's make that a little bit bigger because again, if I want people to look at it, 18 points seems to work very well. Okay, there you go. I've completed the design of the card. Okay, I've done it in 11 minutes, but I'll be honest, I know this software. I use this software quite regularly for producing various projects that I'm working on. So that works. Oh, I just noticed there that the lettering, see, this is the thing when you're doing this, you've got to go through and just check. See, I've noticed the bottom of the G was missing there. So I've dealt with that. Now, one of the other things that you could come across when you're dealing with this is, for example, that could go absolutely missing, and that's because it's on a different layer. So you need to understand about layering, how you lay these on top of each thing. And this is okay. This is quite a simple, basic card. But this is using desktop publishing, and you know, if you feel ambitious, get yourself some. It will be a steep learning curve. I've been using this product now near on 5-6 years, and there's still loads and loads of features in here that I haven't even touched on this software. There are things I use like drop shadows when I'm doing various things. In fact, if you're looking on the forum, you'll see that a lot of the page at the top there was used to create that. So yeah, I mean, David's right. If you're adept at using things like Publisher, Photoshop, I can't think, there are lots of other really good products out there that could create advertising cards and are going to be much more versatile than the product that I'm offering. The one I've made is just makes one designer card. You just fill the blanks in and press a button, and Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, hey presto, there's a card, you hit print, it prints. It's as simple as that. It's ready to go, and you can do that in just a few moments. If you want to have something a lot more bespoke than is offered in that one, forget that software. Don't spend a penny on, oh, it's free. It's free. So just get something else. Go and spend £100, £200 on buying that. You can, as I say, you could probably get this done up in Word as well. If you're quite focused on doing Word, you could probably get up here, click on that, do your settings, set this up as an A6, put these in here. There's quite a lot of features in there. It's just a faff. That's the difference. This is just easy to use. It's there for you. Use it if you want to. Share it with your teams in FM. Get them out. Get them doing this. Get it in the shops. If you can get one card out in a shop, it doesn't matter if you use this software or not. If you can do one card each month, one card a week in a shop, and everybody's copying you, you're gonna get response from it. I hope this has answered David's question. I hope this has helped you understand a little bit more about what the benefits are of using the different things. It's a bit like saying, I like my analogies, it's a bit like saying, well, I've got a car, it's a hatchback, why would I want a van? Well, they're different. And yeah, you can get stuff in a car, but if you've got a big van, you can get bigger stuff in it. They're different. They kind of do the same job. They go from A to B, but they do different jobs. And you can get different flexibility from that. It's just a different tool. I'm going to be using it. I mean, even though I've got this and you just saw me do this, I'm going to use that piece of software that I've got. Why? Because it's fast. If I need to do something very quickly, I want a very basic design, which is what I've put in there, you will see me using this software. If I want to do something a little bit more intricate, let's just say I don't want it to look like that. I want to change the format a bit, and I want to get in there and I want to put a bit of a drop shadow on there. I'm going to add a bit of white drop shadow on there. I want to add a bit of reflection into it. So now you've got, if you come away, you can see there's that actually looks pretty rubbish. You've got to know how to go back in. You've got to mess around with settings in there, reflection, right click on that one. What's it doing? Oh yeah, it's because it's a big height, so I can drop that down to 12. Offset, change that by a couple. No, that's a bit too much. Let's make it a little tiny bit blurry as well, and let's go and have a look at the difference there. So let's see, it's not even showing up for some reason. So you got to know how to do that. The format, let's go back in, it's lost the drop shadow as well. Let's just have a look at that. Maybe I want to do an outline for it as well. That would look quite good. Let's put, say, red round it. Oh, that's quite bold. Let's just do that at one point. Again, you don't really know what I'm doing. There you go. Let's put a little line round it. That looks good. You might want to do that. Well, the software that I'm offering you for free, you can't do that. You've got no control over it. So go and get yourself Desktop Publishing if you want to be able to do this kind of thing. If you're happy with a nice, basic, fast, simple method of doing it, download the software. It's free. Share it with your teams, and you got yourself a card built. Fantastic question, David, and I hope this has explained how this all works.